This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Washington versus Washington. You all have been married for 19 years, and I see from the court papers, Mr. Washington, your first name, your given name is President. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Mr. President Washington.
Yes, sir.
Well, whether you continue to be in office as her husband all depends on the outcome of today's proceeding. Am I right, Mrs. Washington?
Yes, you are correct.
Right. You've initiated this case. Tell us why you are here.
Okay. President and I have been married for 19 and a half years, and it's on the line, so I want to make sure and see if we make it to a 20th.
Oh. Okay.
And the reason being, President had started calling off work or saying he was calling off because he was sick, which is rare, because when I would ask him to take time off of work, it's always, no, I got to go to work. Okay. So, okay, then the spending of money and not paying bills. So while down here, things had got cut off, and I was trying to get to that point of finding out why. And then if I questioned him about something or even ask a question, he would threaten, like, I'm getting out, I'm moving out, or you can get out. And then I would call him or text him, and my calls weren't as answered as they were previously before. But I wanted to go ahead, and when I saw that he Googled y'all through the investigation, I said, well, let me give him a call and see if they'll have us here so we can clear this up.
So, Mr. Washington, she's got all these red flags going off that indicate that you are cheating. What do you have to say about that?
This woman crazy. Now, she tracked me to, quote unquote, what was supposed to be my ex-girlfriend's house.
Okay.
My idea was, let's go over there. We gets over there and knock on the door. A Mexican lady come to the door.
Was that your girlfriend?
No.
Now, after she finds out...
So she's tracked you, she's got you going to this address, she takes you over there to try to catch you, and a Hispanic woman answers the door who you've never seen before, who you don't know.
Correct.
And so when she answers the door and there's this woman there who you've never seen before, what does Miss Washington do?
She was asking about my ex-girlfriend. She comes to find out she didn't stay there. The house was empty for 2.5 years before they moved there. They was there for 3 years. I'm tired of being accused of cheating.
So you've gone through all this because your wife thinks you're cheating.
I'm always being accused of. This is not the first time.
Is that true, Miss Washington?
No, this story right here, no. It goes back to an ex-girlfriend, though, that when I first met Mr. Washington, we met back in '98 through a relative. And after that, we started talking just briefly. But then he did have someone, I had just got out of something.
Okay.
So at that time, I kind of didn't want to engage in a relationship, but I didn't mind being friends.
But yet you all are married. So what did he do to get you from the friend zone over here to the wife zone?
A dream from my son's father at the time said, give him a chance.
So he literally was the man of your dreams. Wow.
He came to me in a dream.
I thought I was the only one.
This guy, okay. All right, I'm gonna let you have that one.
You let me have that one?
I'm gonna let you have that one.
But you're here today because you think he's cheating.
Some recent stuff since being here in Georgia, yes. I've noticed him communicating with another person.
Okay.
So I saw that number, I called, and when I called, I had written a script. So in that script, I was like, hi, my name is so-and-so, and I'm calling, and if you do this survey, I'm gonna send you a gift card.
And so when you call, who answers, a man or a woman?
A woman.
Okay, so you find this number in this phone, and you're like, I'm gonna call this woman.
Yes.
And I'm gonna call this number.
Yes.
And I've got this script. I'm gonna see what information I can get from.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Because he was acting suspicious. So when I called, the young lady was giving me all the information. I was going over the questions and the prompts with her, and she was answering them. I had her address. Only thing was, her name didn't sound familiar to anybody I may have known, but I told her if she refers a friend, then the increase on that card would increase for her. So
what kinds of questions were you asking her?
I asked her what was her favorite radio station.
Hey, wait a minute, I have never, in the history of being up here on this bench, we have not had the investigator / telemarketer. This is amazing.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And had a script.
I like to be thorough.
She put her back into this company.
She did.
was
She
like,
did.
okay, let me see how I'm gonna work. I am duly impressed.
So hello, my name is, and then what did you say?
I gave her a name, And then I told her that I was calling to get a survey about her favorite radio station, TV station, whatever, you know, she is into, type of entertainment.
Somebody gonna call you for a job, I'm telling you.
I had it all together. So by the end of our conversation, I asked her would she like to refer a friend to get more. So that hyped her up, and she was like, yeah, and she had a friend, and she named off this friend because when I got to her, I said, well, does she have a number? No, I let her use my phone to make calls out. She usually goes out and calls her men friends from my phone.
Okay.
She didn't have a phone. She lived directly across the street because I had already peeped out the address after I got it. I peeped out the area. And one evening when we were in an argument, I said, well, come on, I got somewhere for you to go. So when we got in the car, I had his 2 pair of pants and 3 shirts in the back. As he always say, when he gets ready to go, I'll take my 3 pair of pants and my 2 shirts with me. So I had it in the back of my SUV, and then we proceed to her house. I get out as he sat in the truck. I go and knock on the door, tell her who I am, because she kind of knew who I was because we all grew up in that same area. So I said, well, can you come out and speak? She came out and spoke. And I said, well, I have his stuff in the car if you would like for him to come down here. Because remember, I'm the wife, so I got your Social Security number, I got things. So I'm going to make it comfortable for wherever you go and lay your head at so you don't have to come back to mine. At that point, she told us that she had a boyfriend. I looked at President again and said, oh, did you know she had a boyfriend? He said, no, I didn't know that. I said, well, girl, why didn't you tell him you had a boyfriend? Because you knew he clearly had a wife.
Now,
wait. What did she say?
She said, oh, well, you know, that's all she said. Yeah.
Because there was nothing going on. That was my business partner, and that was it, and that's all.
You didn't feel like you were busted?
Busted for what? Playing cards?
That's your story? That's what
my
you're sticking
story,
to?
and I'm sticking to it.
All right.
I'm going to ride and die with it. And my buddy going to come out here and tell you the same thing. I'm going to ride or die.
All right.
Ms. Washington.
Yes.
You said that there were other things that you've seen while you've been taking care of your family member. What else have you seen?
While being here in Georgia, taking care of that relative, I noticed some things that just didn't sit well. I was like, well, 9 hours here? Why is he here for 9 hours?
Okay.
Okay. I didn't say anything at the time to him because I'm like, it's just, you know, one location. But I see everywhere else he's been in that day.
So is he with you at this time?
No,
she's...
he's back at home. I'm here with the relative.
All right.
So therefore, I'm calling him to let him know this. That, hey, I found this out, or this is what I heard while being away, and I shouldn't hear that, so I'm coming to address it to you. Every time I do, there you go, starting that stuff. I ain't got time for that. Or he'll hang up, wouldn't answer the phone no more. But the most recent one was I saw that it was showing, like, our house, like he may be here at our house, and then when I could go ahead and see his locations of where he would be at, it would ping into that direction off of a street that's not far from our house. And then when we go into the GPS history, because I did it off of Google Maps, as well as Facebook has a location.
Okay.
And now, 2 locations, 2 different things is not gonna tell you a lie.
Okay.
2 different sources.
So your 2 sources told you the same information?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes,
How far away is that from your house?
Just a couple of minutes. It's not far at all. You can walk.
Oh, you can walk it?
Uh-huh, if you like to walk. Yeah, it's not that far.
So you think he's messing with somebody who's pretty close to you?
Yeah, I don't know who it may be or had any inkling because, like I said, I thought we were fine. I didn't know until I found this stuff, and I presented it to him, but it's always an argument when you try to get answers.
How many times has this address come up in your GPS
So far
search?
that some said get up and be nosy, twice that I seen. It could be more, but I only saw those 2 that stuck out because of the times that they were. The first time was for 9 hours. Then the second time was from 12 midnight to it's time for him to go to work. He went to work from that location.
Oh, right. Mr. Washington, Mr. President Washington. Who are you visiting at that address from 12 midnight till it's time for you to go to work in the morning?
That's a good question.
I ask good questions. That's why I'm up here. I ask good questions.
I can't answer that,
Can you give me a good answer?
I can't answer it. I don't know. You got to ask Miss GPS over here.
No, we asking you.
I don't know.
You don't know who you spending the night with?
Like I say, I want to spend the night with nobody.
Well, why were you at that address from 12 midnight till it's time for you to go to work in the morning?
It was not 12 midnight.
Okay,
My
wait.
little nephew called me. He got a little lawn shop, a little lawn where you go cut grass and stuff. So he asked me to go help him cut that grass.
I have never cut my grass at 12 midnight.
And that's the reason I say I don't know. But when my boy come out here, we gonna have everything
Okay,
straight.
but your wife is convinced that you were in this area at midnight till you went to work with another woman. And if it shows that you were there from midnight to not just one, but 2 different locators said the same thing. So what you doing at midnight over there?
I went over there at midnight.
So you're denying the whole thing.
As far as being over there at midnight, yeah.
And you're telling us that no woman is going to come in here with a stain on her dress saying she's been with you. Mr. President Washington.
What's that?
I was just gonna say you about talking about chopping down the cherry tree. He went all the way somewhere else.
I ain't worried about it, no. I'm a ride and die with it. And my buddy gonna come out here and tell you the same thing. I'm a ride or die.
Okay.
Mr. Cutler, here's the evidence we have. Mr. Washington has the GPS locator showing that Mr. Washington is at another home for hours at a time, midnight to 6 a.m. to when he's going to work. And then she tracked down and did the telemarketing trick, which is amazing. And found out that the woman across the street, through her skill sets, is the person he's been playing cards with. And this is all happening while she's away taking care of a family member. And for all these reasons, she believes that Mr. Washington is cheating. And she's like, we're at 19 and a half years. The question is, do we get to 20? And you know when you get to 20, you get platinum. So it's just a lot at risk. It's a lot at risk. Am I right, Ms. Washington?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
And Mr. Washington claims up and down that he has not been doing anything. He's standing there, he's looking very confident, very presidential, very confident, like he hasn't done anything. And he sounds like he's as anxious for the results as she is.
There it is.
There it is. This court has done a full and complete investigation to get to the bottom of this. At this time, the court will call a certified polygraph examiner, Tommy Platt, to determine, is he cheating? Good day, Mr. Platt. How are you?
Good, Your Honor. How are you?
Doing good, thank you. You have spent 30 years as a law enforcement officer, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you've also been performing polygraph examinations for 11 years.
Yes, sir.
You've done thousands of polygraph examinations, correct?
Yes, sir.
So you know exactly what you're doing.
I do, Your Honor.
Right. Now, you performed a polygraph examination of Mr. Washington, correct?
Yes, sir.
Tell us about that.
Well, when I began to ask Mr. Washington, or reviewing the questions with Mr. Washington, he stated that him and his wife had multiple threesomes in the past.
Okay.
So I had to change the wording around and preface all the questions with other than what Miss Washington knows about.
Yes.
You asked Mr. Washington, when Ms. Washington viewed your cell phone location tracker, which placed you at a house, did you have physical sexual contact with anyone at that location? What was his response to that question?
Your Honor, he stated no.
What did the polygraph determine?
Polygraph determined that he was being truthful.
All right.
You're looking pretty confident, Mr. Washington.
Because I told you, see, she sit up here and try to play Miss Detective, not on me.
All right, let's see.
But there's
Last
still
one.
one more
Come on.
question.
One more question. You asked Mr. Washington, since being married to Mrs. Washington, have you had physical sexual contact with anyone other than her? What was his response?
He stated no.
What did the lie detector determine?
The lie detector determined that he was telling the truth.
Okay.
Mr. Washington.
Could I go shake his hand and give him a thank you?
Oh,
Thank you, sir.
Now, Mr. Washington, you've had your moment. Miss Washington, is there anything you want to say to Mr. Washington?
I would like to. I told him if it comes out the way it comes out, if it comes out that he's telling the truth, I would apologize to him. But I know what I saw and what I read. But hey, if the test says it is, and also that we would need counseling.
All right, well, Mr. Washington, it's still true. You cannot tell a lie. President Washington.
So we gonna make that 20 or what, Mr. Washington?
Platinum.
Platinum.
I'm putting it
We
out
gonna
there.
make it or what?
Yeah, I got you, babe.
All right. I shouldn't have had to bring you on to find out.
Well, you should believe me sometime.
Hey.
All right. You all are something else. I'm gonna say this to you all.
Yes.
I'm glad that you were being truthful
Yes.
and that there was no deception
Yes.
regarding these issues.
Yes.
That's important.
Yes.
Married couples surviving 20 years, that's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Okay? Your plans to get married, Mr. Minero, are on hold until you find out whether or not Ms. Samsonoff is cheating or not. Is that correct?
That's absolutely correct.
Tell us why you've opened this case.
Your Honors, this is difficult for me today
Okay.
because I love Sonia. I loved her since I first saw her. I love her today. I want to have a beautiful kid with her. I want to be married with her. I want to laugh until we die.
Wow. I can tell this is tearing you up.
But I'll tell you, Your Honors, what? If I find out today for certain that she's still lying and cheating, I will no longer be in this relationship.
So you can't take it anymore.
I can't hurt myself like this anymore. I'm in pain all the time.
What do those tears in your eyes represent?
The future I want to have with her.
And to know that it's potentially at risk is destroying you, isn't it?
That's correct.
So you're like, either she's in or I'm out.
She's either got to be with the program or I got to find a new playing field.
Okay.
Miss Samsonoff,
Yes.
this man who has professed his love for you, who wants to be with you for the rest of his life, is accusing you of cheating.
Yes.
What do you have to say about these allegations?
I love Albert. He's funny. He makes me feel good about myself. My whole family loves him. We have the same taste in music. However, every single time I am with this man, he says, "Who'd you sleep with? Let me go through your phone. Let me go through your DMs. I don't trust you." And I'm like, well, why would you want to marry someone you don't trust?
Wow. Do you think, Ms. Samsonoff, part of this may be the 10-year age difference between you? That this trust is part of that? Is that part of it?
But he's never trusted me, though. Ever since we've gotten together, he has constantly accused me, going through my Instagram messages, leaving messages to my friends and stuff. I mean,
Because you're wrong and you know you're wrong. That's why.
I'm not wrong.
So you say ever since you all met, he's been doing that?
Yes.
How did you all meet?
Okay. We met at a family members of mine at a party, and we really hit it off. But my family member let me know from the start that she was trouble, that she lies, that this is one of her
I lie?
good friends, that you lie and you cheat. That's what she said.
That I lie and I cheat,
Yeah,
huh?
that's
wow.
exactly what she said.
Why would you ever want to be with someone that does that?
Because I like to give people chances. I like to believe there's something else than what I hear. I like to see for myself.
But
So you heard this, but then you're like, well, I'm going to judge for myself.
That's right.
So you gave her a fair shot.
I've
3
been given
years.
fair shots.
All right, so when you got together, how was it in the beginning?
It was wonderful. I was so happy. I had such a, every time I would be around her, I would just be laughing.
Look at the smile on his face.
Yeah, I see that. I mean,
It is very
it's
clear.
okay to smile. It's okay to smile.
And be happy about the memory.
Yeah.
Ms. Samsonoff, what was it like for you?
it was wonderful. I loved to cuddle with him. We would talk about everything about life, the future. But then all of a sudden, the passion kind of sizzled out, and the sex wasn't as good as it was before.
Yep, let everyone
And why do you
know.
think that happened?
Let
Why
everyone
Because he's just started to accuse me, and he just stopped wanting to, get intimate with me, and then it was me practically begging him.
Because I don't want to be intimate. I don't want to be intimate with 5 different people I don't know.
Ms. Samsonoff, you said that the sex just kind of declined because why?
Because he's constantly accusing me of cheating. I have to practically beg him to get intimate with me, and he's like, "Nope, sorry, I don't know where you've been."
And so do you think these allegations came out of the blue?
I mean, one day I told him I was gonna be running like 10 minutes behind. No kidding, I get out of the Uber, meet with him. We get inside my room, I lay down, I'm on my phone, just like playing a game. He spreads open my legs, and I think, oh, we're gonna get intimate. And instead he goes, "That's not mine," and then slams my legs together.
Okay,
I thought we were gonna have fun, but instead he goes, That's not mine.
He sniffed you?
Yes.
Oh,
He sniffed me.
Ryan, we got a sniffer. We got a sniffer.
Okay, there's.
But Mr. Minero, well, what I want to know is, these allegations came out of the blue that she was cheating? I mean,
Out of the blue, there's blue everywhere. It didn't come from out of the blue, okay?
has she cheated on you in the
She
past?
had a baby in between our relationship with another man.
Because
How's
you
that
broke
sound?
up with me.
A baby
Oh.
with another man.
So during the course
broke
of
up
this
with me.
relationship, there's been another man.
Yes,
And so is that the source of the trust being broken?
absolutely.
Well, during the time you've been together, was there any cheating in the past?
Okay, she went on a business trip to Vermont, okay? Business trip.
Oh my God.
Oh, just chill. She went on a business trip. And so she gets back and she says, I say, what'd you do? You have a good time? Oh yeah, it was cool. The end. She never go on a business trip. She gone for 3 days to Vermont. She never been to Vermont, okay? So that night she goes to sleep. Usually her phone is like the baby inside. You can't get to it. Like you can't get to this phone no matter what. But she was tired from the flight, whatever, her phone was out. And I looked at her phone and I saw a picture with her with somebody else.
When you say it's with somebody else, just like a picture, a candid photo, or what?
I've got evidence right here.
All right,
Okay.
Ryan.
What?
Would
Are you
you grab that for us,
serious?
please?
You know what this is.
So she goes up.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
And so
What's
when you-
everybody want to
I
say now?
had to
What's everybody want to say
experiment.
now?
I didn't think it was cheating because it was with another woman.
You don't think anything's cheating. It doesn't matter who it's with.
Hey, you
So-
know what? I had to experiment.
So, Miss
okay?
Samsonoff, this is you with another woman.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you hear that? She said she had to experiment like she's a scientist.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, Miss Samsonoff, why did you not consider it cheating?
Because it's a woman, and I never got friendly with a woman before, and she was very sweet to me. He was not getting intimate with me anymore, and I'm on a business trip with a gorgeous woman. Why not? Why not have fun? I didn't even think he'd find out, but he did.
So it is cheating. So it is cheating. You're with another person sexually, whether it's a man or a woman. You're with somebody else sexually. That's cheating,
I
right?
thought it would turn him on, though.
She says she
No,
you didn't.
don't.
No,
Miss
no.
She
Samsonoff.
says she was nice to her. The mailman's nice to you. You gonna sleep in bed with a mailman? That's her reasoning.
Oh my God.
Miss Samsonoff, you knew, let's woman to woman, you knew that it was something amiss. Because here's the thing, if you thought it was gonna make him hot, you'd be like, I got something to show you, baby. And you'd have said, let me show you what I did this weekend. And you'd have showed her this picture.
Instead, she
You're
comes
like-
home. How was your trip to Vermont?
Fine.
Yeah.
Well, how was Vermont?
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah.
Your Honor, let me ask
Exactly.
a question if I may. Who took that picture? Their toes?
Yeah, you know what? I was,
That was my question. I wondered that who took
that
the picture. So there was at least one other person there.
It was
Who's
a little,
we? Who took that picture?
Well, if you'd let me explain.
Go ahead.
We were
ahead,
at a
lie.
hotel room. There's some people from work. We're having some drinks. There was more than one person. Doesn't mean I had sex with every
There's more
person
than one
in the
person looking at that?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't think my toes can take a selfie.
They can't. That's why I want to know who the hell is there.
So just because someone takes a picture of me and a woman, getting close, you think I had sex with him?
I'm almost absolutely certain you did.
Whatever.
So, Mr. Minero, do you believe she had sex with a man on this trip?
Yes.
so you think it was this woman and some other man?
And some other men.
Men. You
Who
think
knows?
it's
Look
more
at
than
that
what?
picture. What does that tell you about somebody
Why
that just doesn't
would
know
you
anybody
be with
and does
someone
that?
If you feel this way. As his girlfriend, as someone who has spoken to my family about marrying me, why would you not trust me? Why couldn't he just ask
You are really asking the question, why would he not trust you?
Why
The
would he
proof
be
is right
with
there.
me?
Okay, I can answer that question, by the way. Let me give you guys, your honors, the answer. When we first met, she was on some military dating site. She swore off all dating sites, okay? Another time she was passed out, I saw she still had the military app on her phone.
I like eye candy.
Just stop talking for a second.
And so you thought that she had gotten rid of the military app, and you find that she's still on there.
Not only is she still on there, but I created a fake profile, some big old army dude, and then all of a sudden she starts hollering, hey baby, hey boo, what's up? Like
And
she was free. Like she was free.
Why would
And you actually submitted her dating profile to the court, correct?
Yes, that's
What?
correct.
Are you serious, Albert?
All right, let's take a look
You
at
got
that,
nothing to
what
say
you
that's worth
submitted.
anything.
Whatever. Oh my God.
Let's take a look at what you
Oh,
submitted.
here we go. Good.
All right, hello. And it has Ms. Samsonoff's screen name there.
Look at that picture. That's
5
Hey,
messages.
that's a nice photo of me.
Right. And then next we have Ms. Samsonoff saying, I'm looking for a man who can take care of me and enjoy the finer things in life. This is what you posted on your
Yes.
dating profile.
Absolutely.
While you're in a relationship with Mr. Minero.
Yes.
Okay, you did that. Why?
Because he is not providing what I need in a man. He stopped taking me out on dates. He used to take me to Disneyland almost every week. He stopped doing that.
whatever, man.
Ms. Samsonoff, that's not a, is that a reason? Am I missing something? Is that a
You know what, husband?
Help me out here,
I'm
cuz.
trying to understand. Miss Samsonoff, here's the thing. If you're in a long-term relationship, you have to work on that relationship. The energy you're putting in to meeting other men and flirting with other men on this website is the same energy you could put into him.
True.
And here's the thing. Let's just do a reversal. He's gone to sleep. His phone is open. He's been gone on a business trip. And you found a picture of him with a woman.
But the thing is that he constantly says that he doesn't trust me. He's literally pushing me into
But
the
Ms.
arms of someone
Samsonoff,
else.
how in the world can he trust you when you're on dating sites saying, I'm looking for a man who can take care of me and enjoy the finer things in life?
And you stand here and testify and say, he's not being the man I need.
So, did you hook up with any of these men?
No.
Yeah,
No,
right.
I did not. I did not meet with anyone that I was speaking to on that website, Your Honor.
Have you met any men that... Have you met with men that you didn't meet on this website?
No, Your Honor.
Well,
That picture said all. The
All right.
profile says it all. She ain't got to say nothing else.
All right, so Mr. Cutler, I think we got enough.
we've heard it.
We've heard plenty.
We've heard it.
So, we have the picture. She admitted sleeping with a woman. Well, the question is, did she sleep with another man or men? Then you got caught on the dating sites where she's putting out there, I'm looking for somebody. And so all of that has led Mr. Minero to believe that Ms. Samsonoff is cheating.
To get to the bottom of these cheating allegations, this court has done a full and complete investigation.
Good.
At this time, the court will call former military interrogator Lena Cisco to determine, is she cheating? Ron, please escort Ms. Cisco into the courtroom. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you.
Would you state your credentials, please, for the court?
Yes, Your Honor. I am a former Department of Defense certified military interrogator. I've interrogated members of Al Qaeda and Taliban at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, shortly after 9/11.
All right. Tell us what you did to investigate this case.
First, I had the accused write a witness statement, which I analyzed for any indicators of deception and truthfulness. I studied the case file, I put together an interrogation plan, and then I interrogated Ms. Samsonoff to see if she was cheating on Mr. Minero.
When you conducted the full interrogation, what were your initial findings about Ms. Samsonoff's feelings about Mr. Minero?
When I asked Ms. Samsonoff how she felt about Mr. Minero, she said he is sweet, he's kind, he's ambitious.
Okay.
What's wrong with any of that?
No criticism. Did she disclose anything else about her relationship with Mr. Minero?
Yes, Your Honor, she did. When I asked her if she loved Mr. Minero, she replied to me, I believe so, which is not a yes.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
Pertaining to Mr. Minero's accusations, what did you learn during your investigation?
Ms. Samsonoff broke for me. So she told me about the accusations and what she's done. She did admit to me that she went to Vermont and she had some relations with this woman, but that there was a man involved. She told me that she went on a military dating site because the military men were very hot. She also told me that she was with another man the time that she arrived late at the house.
And what did your overall investigation conclude?
So as a person who's conducted hundreds of interrogations, I do believe she's still cheating. She does not want to be in a committed relationship, but she does want to remain best friends.
Thank you, Ms. Cisco.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Ms. Minero, what do you have to say to Ms. Samsonoff?
I loved you. I was there for you when you were down, when nobody cared about you. And you can't even accept real love. And you know what? You're never gonna find it, and you're never gonna get it. Without me, you're gonna be lost.
That's a very broad statement.
It's a fact.
No, it's not. It's not a fact, Albert. We lost the passion, okay? I need passion in a relationship.
Well, go get passion from the girl in Vermont then.
I think I will.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, Ms. Samsonoff, if you don't want to be in a committed relationship, don't. It's okay. It's okay to be single and mingle if that's what you want to do, because you can see what this does to someone else.
I don't want to hurt him, though.
But I think we're past that point. I mean, way past that point.
And not only have you hurt him in this relationship, you've hurt him for any future relationship that he's going to be in, because you have scarred this man possibly for life. And I want you to know that.
I know that. I'm sorry, Albert.
You all are married, you've known each other for 8 years, but allegations of cheating have put this relationship on hold. Ms. King.
Yes.
You've initiated this case. You brought your wife here to court. Tell us why.
Well, Your Honor, I brung my wife here today because I'm just hearing a whole bunch of rumors, and I seen a number in her phone that shouldn't have been there. I'm completely tired. I'm completely tired of people coming to me. I mean, it went so far to where a person called my job. They called well, I was at work and someone had texted me saying 911. Basically just telling me, you know, you need to get home because they seen someone coming in and out of my home.
So you are
the only
exhausted.
woman that should be coming in and out my home besides my wife, Tamika.
And if I remember correctly from the court papers, there's one woman in particular that you are most concerned about. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. King, your wife has brought you here. She is exhausted by what is going on between you all. What do you have to say to the court?
I mean, Your Honor, I'm exhausted too. You know, I'm like constantly getting accused, you know, and I want it back to how we used to have it. Like, I'm not out there cheating. It is a lot at stake because we even became married. We were actually friends for 8 years.
Okay, so y'all got some history. Both of you all are in this thing just swimming. And everybody's tired and you trying to get out of it.
I mean, I ain't swimming, I'm on the couch.
Well, not literally swimming, but
I'm drowning.
You drowning.
From
Oh.
the master bedroom to a love seat, and I ain't getting no love.
So you sleeping on a love seat right now?
I'm on a love seat
Ironically,
right
you're
now.
sleeping on a love seat.
So you say you want things to be the way they were. Where did you used to be? How did you meet?
Can I tell?
It's just like we at home. Cut
Stop
off.
it. Stop it.
All right. Tell us what happened.
Okay. Well, in the beginning, it was beautiful. She would do romantic things like write me love letters and open the door for me, give me flowers, just...
It was a romance.
It was beautiful. And don't get me wrong, she still does sweet things for me, but it's not the same. So I feel like she's basically just doing sweet things to me to cover up the fact that she's out there cheating on me.
So, you know, Color, in the routine, we've had friends say, my husband brought me roses for no reason. Why he do that? Yeah. And so it's almost like you think these are guilt gifts instead of gifts of the heart.
I do.
All right, Miss King, she says that when it started out, it was beautiful. You were romancing her. Why did you fall in love with her?
She had no kids. I have 2 kids. She stepped right in like she was their mom. Come home, house smelling good, you know, bath water, because I done worked so many hours, dinner, the whole 9. Like, I'm making sandwiches now. Like, I need
so
my
you
wife
go
back.
from dinner, real nice dinner, to sandwiches.
To Lunchables.
To Lunchables.
Whatever I eat at work is what I eat.
And she's gonna remain there until I find out if she's cheating on me or not.
So why do you think she's cheating?
We went to the supermarket and I guess, well, I didn't know the woman at the time, but I guess this was her ex, and They said the ex told her that she needed to speak to her, and they kind of left me there, standing there, like in the middle of the grocery store. It wasn't no, hi, her name is X, Y, and Z, you know, this is my girlfriend, or this is my fiance. There wasn't none of that. They disappeared in the aisle for about 20 minutes. And then when Tamika finally came out, she acted like she had an attitude because I was telling her, you know, I feel some type of way. What's your problem? You act like I wasn't there, like I was invisible.
And this X,
yes, Your Honor,
is the one you have focused on and think this is the one?
Yes.
Your Honor.
And you submitted a photo of the ex to the court, is that correct?
Yes. Look at that.
And this is Miss
Wow.
Tamika King's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And this is the one you think she's still involved with.
Yes. Yes.
She's confident. Look at those shoes matching that sash. I don't think I can pull that one off, Mr. Cutler. That's
confident.
Yeah.
You got it, you know.
Flaunt it. All right. Wait, hold on. I want to hear about the supermarket. Did you just leave your girlfriend, your wife, in the middle of the supermarket?
Please tell the truth.
Your Honor, I did, but there's a but. It all sounds bad on my side. Okay. We were in a grocery store. We just rekindled, got back, everything was going good, the loving, the taking care of each other, and...
You too?
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm, like, not really looking at an ex no more. This done. I'm more looking at, I owe you some money for the past car that we got together. I haven't seen you. Let's get this done. I'm more worried about getting things out the way so I can make a way.
And see, I can understand that, but here's the problem. Someone runs into an ex, and the person they're with is standing there. Are you going to introduce me? And then when you don't do that, the person feels, okay, now you're trying to hide something. Are you trying to keep that door open?
That's where my insecurities come in.
But I was in cloud nine. I wasn't thinking about ex.
If you're in cloud nine like you say you are, you can't help but introduce her. That's
you
the
want
thing.
everybody to know.
Yeah. That's going to be the first thing out of your mouth.
All right, do you have anything else that supports your belief that she's cheating?
I do. She told me, me and Tamika was supposed to be going out one day, and she told me she left her cell phone at her family member's house. So I said, okay, well, go get it out, get ready, and then, you know, you come back to the house and come get me. An hour went past, so I called her cell phone, and I'm like, hey, thinking to myself, what's going on? So I'm like, don't jump to nothing. You know, maybe her cell phone's still dead. She didn't get a chance to charge it.
Sure.
So now I calls the family member house. I'm not getting any answer. So I'm like, you know, okay, I'm just gonna pop up over there.
All right, the pop-up.
I'm gonna pop up. So I popped up over there, and a family member, you know, tells me Tamika haven't been here for a week and a half.
And you immediately start thinking she's with this ex again.
No, I still didn't jump to conclusions.
Okay.
I still didn't. I was upset, and I said, you know what, me and her were supposed to go out to eat, and I'm still gonna go get me some food because I'm still upset and I'm hungry. So I'm like, I'm going to continue the day. So I go to the restaurant that me and her usually go to and they know us, and I get inside there, and the guy's like, hey, you just missed your wife. And I'm like, so I said, you know, who was she with? You know, I'm curious. Is she by herself?
Right.
So then he said he don't know the woman, but the way he described her, the female on the screen, the way he described her, I knew it was her. Then when I asked Tamika about it, she played dumbfounded and act like she didn't know what I was talking about.
All right, Miss King.
Can I talk?
Yes, please. I want you to talk.
It wasn't me. It might sound, I know, I sound crazy all the way through. We live in a small town, Your Honor. I have a lot of people that tell me that I look like this one girl. I never bumped into her yet, but they said I look like that. They say I look like this one girl.
I never seen her neither.
Okay, so you're saying, Color. She is telling us her doppelganger lives in the same town as her and happens to be at the restaurant they go to with this woman.
With her ex.
With her ex. You are saying you were never at this restaurant
So
with your ex.
how did your ex number pop up in your phone? Please explain that. What was y'all talking about that same car?
I never paid her the money.
We've been together for 4 years, and so it's been over with. So why are we still talking about the same thing? Why is her number in your phone?
So you still have a relationship with this ex?
Not at all.
Well, she keeps popping up. She's popping up at the supermarket.
Small town.
She's
yeah.
popping up at the restaurant.
Small town.
It's real small.
She's in your phone. It's your testimony that nothing is going on between you and your ex.
I want to marry her. Nothing's going on.
You didn't answer the question. That was good. You kind of danced around a little bit. But this is a direct question. You're telling this court that there's nothing going on between you and your ex-girlfriend.
Nothing.
Your Honor, if I'm going crazy, then, you know, I hope my wife forgive me. If she passes this test, I'm willing to work on my marriage because I love her, okay? I'm mad we have to even be here today. And I'm mad I gotta go through this with something so ratchet.
All right. That's why we have her side, and then her side. The ex is here. Ron, escort her in.
Yes, sir.
How are
ma'am.
you?
Have a seat, please. Would you state your name, please, for the court?
Dominique Martinez.
Ms. Martinez, what is the nature of your relationship with Ms. Tamika King?
That's my ex. That's it.
Are you all currently in a sexual relationship?
No, we're not.
Why have you spoken to her in the last year or so?
Yes, I have.
Please, just stop it. Why are you lying? Why don't you just tell the truth?
Can you calm down like
no,
that?
I cannot calm down.
Miss King.
Jesus, relax.
If you with her, just tell me. You're a woman like me.
How
Would you
about
want
you
this to
pay
be
me?
done with
Pay
this?
me my money that
Honey,
your
if
wife
I had the
paid.
money to give it to you, I would be more than happy for you to get the hell out of my life.
Okay,
Pay me my money.
Ms. Martinez.
Enough. Ladies.
Okay, Ms.
You came here to get answers from the judges. Let the judges do the talking.
Ms. Martinez.
Yes.
So do you have ongoing contact with Ms. Tamika King?
No, that is the problem. After me and Tamika had broke up, Tamika came to me and asked me to help her out with a vehicle, okay? She said she needed to get back and forth to work. Wherever they live at, transportation was rough. During that time, I was doing all right for myself. So I said, okay, no problem, but I want my money back.
Well, let me ask this. Mr. Kima King has indicated that she's become aware that you and Ms. Tamika King were at a restaurant together.
That was on a moment where she had to give me some of my money.
So you were at the restaurant with her?
Yes, we was there.
That was her because, Ms. King, you said, don't look at her. I mean, she's telling the truth. You said it wasn't you, and she said, yes, it was you.
She trying to make it hard for me. I ain't go to no restaurant.
Why would she say you were at the restaurant when you weren't? How does that even factor into you getting her money?
It doesn't even make any sense.
If it was a couple of dollars, I would have let it go, because at the end of the day, what me and her had, that was then. That was $2,000. I need my money.
So you were at the restaurant with Ms. Tamika King?
Yes, we met at the restaurant, and she gave me the $175. She said, you look nice today. I said, and what's new? Give my damn money and go buy your business. That's it.
So, Ms. Martinez, when she said to you, you look nice, do you think she was flirting with you?
I think she was trying to take the edge off of the fact that she knows she should have been paid me my money. And she just want me to shut up about it, so she's willing to say whatever it takes for me to shut up. That's not gonna happen.
Do you get paid?
Till I get my damn money.
So let me,
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Martinez.
No problem.
So, Mr. Cutler, here's what we have. Ms. King is saying that their marriage is in shambles because she believed that Ms. King was in relationship or having an affair with her ex. But what Ms. Martinez has testified is, I want my money. But the bottom line is, Ms. King has not been truthful because she said she wasn't at that restaurant. And she says if it comes out she's cheating, she's gone.
This court has done a full and complete investigation. At this time, we would like to hear from licensed forensic voice analyst Guy Wolf to determine, is she cheating? Can you tell Mr. Wolf in?
How are you, Mr. Wolf?
I'm wonderful, thank you, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm great. You did a forensic voice analysis of Ms. King. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
So let's take a look at the question that Ms. King was asked.
Since the beginning of your relationship with Takima in January of 2015, have you had any physical sexual contact with your ex-girlfriend, Dominique?
No.
What did the forensic voice analysis determine?
The forensic voice analysis determined that she was being truthful, Your Honor.
I am so happy. Woo! Oh,
I love you.
now maybe they can get together and give me their money. I am so glad. Miss King, Tamika King, laying down there on the podium. I am so glad for you. You look so relieved. Okay, ladies, you all clearly love each other. Miss King?
Yes, Your Honor.
You need to put this distrust behind you. We have not had a stronger witness in a long time than Miss Martinez. The only thing she wants is her money.
That's it.
And
Is that the impression you got?
I think at the end, I finally understood that she wanted her money.
Okay. Yeah.
And you two need to work on that and get this resolved with her. You really do. Another goal for you all is to rebuild the trust.
Your Honor, I don't want to be with anybody else. Our sex is great.
Wow.
Winning.
Well. If you got that part together, you can get off that love seat.
Can I get back in the bed?
You can get.
My back hurts.
Sounds like things need to happen
some
that
regular
way.
meals.
You can get a regular meal in there.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm getting small.
But what you all did when you fell in love are the things you have to do to stay in love.
Your Honor, I would like to tell Dominique I'm sorry.
Oh, I love that.
I'm very sorry. But when you a scorned woman already, it's hard, okay? So I apologize, okay?
I understand. Apology accepted.
Well, now is a great time for you all to start anew, to start fresh, to get back on the right path together.